Sometimes the smallest act of kindness creates a ripple that lasts for years. This is the story of a boy who gave his lunch away one cold afternoon, and how that moment came back to change his life forever. It was a crisp autumn morning in Seattle, the air filled with the scent of rain and fallen leaves. 10-year-old Ethan Parker walked to school, clutching his backpack and the brown paper lunch bag his mom had packed for him. A peanut butter sandwich, apple slices, and a homemade cookie. His mother, Rachel, kissed his forehead before he left. "Be kind today, sweetheart. That's the most important thing." Ethan nodded with his usual bright smile. "I will, Mom." After school, Ethan waited for his mom near the old bus stop on Pine Street, the one across from a small coffee shop. The weather had turned colder, and drizzle began to fall. While waiting, he noticed a woman sitting by the wall of the cafe, wrapped in a thin blanket. Her clothes were torn, her hands trembling as she tried to stay warm. A small cardboard sign lay next to her. "Hungry, please help." Ethan watched people walk by. Business people, students, tourists, not one stopping. He hesitated, clutching his lunch bag. He remembered his mom's words, "Be kind today." He walked over slowly. "Ma'am, are you hungry?" The woman looked up, her eyes tired yet gentle. Yes, honey, but I'll be fine." Ethan held out his paper bag. "You can have my lunch. I'm not that hungry." She stared at him, speechless for a moment. Her lips quivered as she accepted it. "Thank you, sweetheart. What's your name?" "Ethan." She smiled faintly. "I'm Grace." "You're a good boy, Ethan. Don't ever lose that heart of yours." Ethan smiled shyly. "My mom says helping people is the best thing you can do." Grace nodded. "She's a wise woman." A small goodbye. When Rachel arrived to pick Ethan up, she saw him talking to Grace. Concerned but curious, she approached. Ethan turned and said cheerfully, "Mom, this is Grace. She was hungry, so I gave her my lunch." Rachel's eyes softened. She crouched beside Grace. "That was kind of you, Ethan. Ma'am, are you okay?" Grace nodded slowly, holding back tears. "I'll be all right. Your son just made my day." Geeple. Rachel handed her a few bills from her purse. "Get yourself something warm to eat, okay?" Grace whispered, "Thank you. God bless you both." That was the last time they saw her. Life went on. Seasons changed, and years passed. Years later. 15 years later, Ethan was now 25 years old, a hard-working young man just starting his career as a teacher. He taught English at a local public school, the same one he once attended. His students loved him, not because he was the coolest teacher, but because he understood them. He cared. One afternoon, the school principal walked into his classroom. "Ethan, there's someone in the office asking to see you." Ethan was puzzled. "Who is it?" She said her name is Grace. Ethan froze. The name hit him like a lightning bolt. Could it be the same woman from all those years ago? Ethan walked into the office, his heart racing. There she was, older now, her hair silver, but her eyes unmistakable. Grace. She smiled warmly, tears glistening in her eyes. "Hello, Ethan." He blinked, stunned. "Grace, I can't believe it's you." She nodded. "You probably don't remember much, but one cold afternoon years ago, you gave me your lunch when no one else would even look at me." "I remember," Ethan said softly. "You were sitting by the coffee shop." Grace smiled, her voice trembling. "That day changed my life." Ethan looked confused. "How?" Grace took a deep breath. I was at the lowest point of my life. I'd lost my job, my home, and I thought there was no reason to keep going. But your kindness reminded me that there was still goodness left in the world. That one simple act, that lunch, gave me hope. I decided to change my life after that day. She smiled through tears. I got help, went to a shelter, found a job. And years later, I started an organization to help homeless women get back on their feet. Ethan's eyes widened. You did that? Grace nodded. Yes, it's called Grace Haven, and it's been running for 10 years now. He was speechless. I found out where you worked, she continued, because I wanted to personally thank you. Your kindness started something much bigger than you could ever imagine. A beautiful circle. Ethan sat across from her, tears in his eyes. Grace, I was just a kid. I didn't do much. She smiled. You did enough. That one lunch fed my body, but your kindness fed my soul. She reached into her purse and pulled out an envelope. This is for your school, she said. He opened it. Inside was a check for $50,000. Made out to the school's student meal fund. I know what it's like to be hungry, she said softly. No child should ever feel that way. Ethan stood, overwhelmed. Grace, this is incredible. Thank you. She smiled. No, Ethan. Thank you. You were my miracle that day. I just wanted to return the favor. Months later, Ethan invited Grace to speak at a school assembly. She stood before hundreds of students and teachers, sharing her story, not of poverty, but of hope. She ended her speech with these words. Sometimes, kindness doesn't come from the rich or powerful. It comes from a child with a lunch bag who chooses to care when no one else does. And that's what changes the world. The auditorium erupted in applause. Ethan stood in the front row, smiling proudly. A quiet visit. After the event, Grace walked out to the old bus stop on Pine Street, the same spot where it all began. She looked around, seeing the coffee shop still standing, and whispered, "Thank you, Ethan, for seeing me when no one else did." As she walked away, the camera could fade to Ethan watching her from across the street, smiling, knowing that his small act of kindness had come full circle. Every act of kindness plants a seed, one that can grow in ways we never expect. The lunch a boy gave away became the reason hundreds of others would never go hungry again. Kindness doesn't fade, it multiplies.